In the movies, we've all seen those mysterious tribes, hidden away from human contact, wild and untamed. But did you know, in the real world, there are tribes that still exist, far removed from any human interaction? This isolation makes their reactions to outsiders often dangerous and, yes, downright scary. Some tribes might look intimidating simply because they're more vulnerable than us, but then there are those who greet outsiders with arrows and spears, not exactly the welcome party you'd hope for. Let's dive into the world of 10 such tribes, so eerie you'd never want to meet them. I know I wouldn't. Number 1 is Sentinelese. In the shadowy waters of the Bay of Bengal lies North Sentinel Island, home to the world's most isolated tribe, the Sentinelese. Shrouded in mystery, this tribe lives as if time has stood still, untouched by the modern world for thousands of years. Their first line of welcome? Spears and arrows flying towards anyone daring enough to approach, a chilling reminder of their desire to remain untouched. The Sentinelese language is a puzzle, unique and undeciphered, adding layers to their enigma. Their history is marked by dark tales of hostility and violence, a defense against the intrusion of outsiders who've brought harm and disease in the past. Efforts to bridge the gap have almost always failed, except for a fleeting moment in 1991, proving that their isolation might just be their shield against the world's dangers. Venturing close to North Sentinel Island, one can't help but feel the eerie presence of the Sentinelese, watching from the shadows. Their world is a stark reminder of our planet's hidden corners, where tribes like the Sentinelese continue to live in a realm far removed from our understanding, guarding their mysteries with fierce determination. Number 2 is the Korowai tribe. In the shadowy depths of Papua's lush forests, the Korowai tribe exists in a realm suspended above the earth, their homes perched like eerie sentinels up to 40 meters high in the treetops. These aren't mere shelters, they're fortresses against the unseen, with the tribe believing that malevolent spirits roam the jungle floor after dark. But it's not just ghosts the Korowai guard against. Their most chilling practice is one that has cemented their name in the annals of the world's most fearsome tribes: cannibalism. For the Korowai, cannibalism isn't born of savagery, but of survival, a stark ritual to purge evil from their midst. When they suspect someone is possessed by a kakua or demon, the tribe believes the only way to cleanse the corruption is through the consumption of the afflicted flesh. Emerging from the mists of time, their first contact with the outside world in the late 1970s barely touched their ancient ways. Today, the Korowai balance on the fine line between their timeless customs and the encroaching modern world. Number 3 is Agori tribe. In the mystical lands of India, along the sacred Ganges and hidden in secluded cremation grounds, dwells a tribe wrapped in mystery and controversy. The Agoris. Their existence, merging life and death, challenges societal norms and evokes both awe and fear. Imagine the chilling sight of an Agori, covered in the ash of the cremated, in the silent embrace of a cremation ground. These ascetics pursue spiritual liberation through rituals that intertwine closely with death. They meditate atop corpses and partake in the flesh of the dead, believing these acts connect them with the divine and transcend the physical realm. In the night's shadows, the Agoris walk a path beyond most imaginations, seeking divine oneness through death itself. Their way of life, a stark reflection of the thin line between life and death, invites us to ponder existence's deeper mysteries. Number 4. Awa tribe. In the heart of Brazil's dense jungle, hidden from the world, lurks a tale of survival and encroaching terror. The Awa tribe, among Earth's last hunter-gatherers, faces a nightmare. Imagine a life where the jungle is your lifeline, but it's vanishing before your eyes. This is the reality for the Awa, whose sacred lands are being devoured by illegal loggers and cattle ranchers, turning their ancestral home into a battleground. The Awa, numbering around 450, have thrived in these forests for centuries, living in perfect harmony with nature. Yet now they're outnumbered, their territory halved by invaders who bring destruction and death. This is not just a story of survival, but a dire warning. The Awa's plight is a chilling reminder of the cost of progress, where entire cultures and ecosystems are on the brink of extinction. As their world is consumed by the greed of the outside world, one can't help but wonder, will the haunting cries of the Awa and the spirits of the forest fade into silence, or will we listen before it's too late? Number 5. Mercy Tribe. Deep in Ethiopia's Omo Valley, the Mercy tribe stands as a stark emblem of survival and tradition. Among their most chilling practices is the fierce donga stick fighting. Picture Mercy men armed with long poles, battling it out in a display that's as much about valor as it is about violence. Winners earn prestige and the right to choose a bride. But this tradition is not without its dangers. Bruises, blood, and sometimes worse, are common. But what really sets the Mercy apart is their striking tradition of lip plates. Women undergo the painful process of stretching their lower lips to insert large clay plates, a sign of beauty and maturity. Adding to their fearsome reputation is their readiness to defend their way of life with Kalashnikov rifles, a necessity in the face of constant threats from rival tribes. This martial aspect, combined with their ritualistic blood drinking from cows believed to strengthen warriors, paints a vivid picture of a tribe that has woven violence and survival into the very fabric of its culture. Number 6. Asmat Tribe. Deep in the untamed heart of Papua New Guinea, the Asmat tribe carries a legacy shrouded in mystery and fear. Known as headhunters and cannibals, their existence remained largely hidden until the mid-20th century. Their first encounter with outsiders in 1770 sent Captain James Cook and his crew fleeing for their lives. But it's the chilling disappearance of Michael C. Rockefeller in 1961 that casts the darkest shadow over the Asmat. Venturing into their domain on an art-collecting expedition, Rockefeller vanished without a trace. Years later, evidence suggested a grim fate. He was killed and consumed by the Asmat. The Asmat honor their dead in a way that's as beautiful as it is haunting. They turn the skulls of their loved ones into ornate ancestor skulls, decorating them with beads, shells, and feathers. These decorated skulls, displayed in special areas of the village, serve as a bridge between the living and the spirit world. Number 7. Waorani Tribe. Deep in the Ecuadorian Amazon, the Waorani tribe whispers tales of survival and ancient wisdom, living in a world where the forest breathes danger. Once isolated, they now face the shadows of modern exploitation, with only about 2,000 individuals fighting to preserve their way of life amidst the encroaching threats of oil and timber extraction. The Waorani's mastery over nature's lethal elements is both awe-inspiring and terrifying. They wield the barbasco plant's poison to stun fish, a technique fraught with risk, as a single misstep could lead to death. Even more daunting is their use of curare, a deadly toxin that paralyzes and kills their prey, showcasing their deep connection and respect for the forest's dark gifts. This tribe, living on the edge of life and death, embodies the fierce spirit of the Amazon. Their existence is a stark reminder of the delicate balance between survival and the ever-present embrace of the end. Number 8. Kawahiva Tribe. Deep in the Brazilian Amazon, a story unfolds that chills the spine. The Kawahiva, a tribe almost ghost-like in their elusiveness, fight for survival against an onslaught of modern threats. Forced from a settled life of agriculture to a nomadic existence, the Kawahiva live in perpetual motion, evading those who would destroy their home. They craft traps and climb trees with ladders to gather food, surrounded by makeshift barriers, perhaps meant to ward off more than just wild beasts. Their land, a battleground against illegal loggers and encroaching ranchers, echoes with the threat of extinction. The Kawahiva's plight is a stark reminder of the clash between ancient ways and relentless modern expansion. As the dark forces of deforestation and greed encircle them, the fate of the Kawahiva hangs in a delicate balance. Will they fade into the annals of history, or will a cry for justice save them from the shadows? Number 9. Ayoreo Tribe. In the deep forests of the Chaco region, there's a scary story about the Ayoreo tribe. This tribe used to live peacefully in a big area, but they've been pushed out of their homes. Big machines came to cut down the trees and clear the land for farming and raising animals. This has made it really hard for the Ayoreo to find food and live like they used to. Big fires and new roads have made things even worse, hurting the land where the Ayoreo live. All of these problems are threatening the Ayoreo's way of life, making it really hard for them to keep their traditions and stay healthy. This story is a reminder that we need to be careful about how we treat people and the land. The Ayoreo are fighting to keep their culture and home, but they need help to make sure they can continue to live in the forests they love. Number 10, and the last one, is Palawan Tribe. Deep in the heart of Palawan Island in the Philippines, there's a tribe facing a real-life horror story. The Palawan Tribe, about 40,000 strong, lives close to nature. But now, their world is under attack. Mines are tearing up their sacred forests, turning rich land into lifeless pits and destroying places they hold dear. For the Batak, a small group of 300 within the tribe, life has gotten even harder. Their way of farming is being stopped, leading to less food and more hunger. Imagine living your whole life in the forest, only to see it being destroyed, bit by bit. This story of the Palawan tribe is more than just losing trees. It's about losing a way of life, sacred places, and facing a future where their culture might vanish. It's a real scare, knowing your whole world could disappear, not because of ghosts or monsters, but because of the unstoppable march of destruction. Have you or someone close to you ever encountered a member of such a tribe? Or have you been told a story about them? If so, please share your experiences in the comments. And remember, whenever you travel to these areas, ensure your safety.